Hello, Scorpio. Thank you for stopping by Moonlit Tarot to get your February 2020 love reading. So I'm back, feeling much better. I have the energy and I'm so excited about doing your reading. I love my Scorpios. I'm always resonating with my Scorpios. And it is a new year. We're starting a new reading in a new year, and the energy is so different, right? It just feels different. So I do want to say real quick, I am going to do a live free personal reading for my subscribers on Friday night during the new moon in Aquarius. Yay! I'm excited. I have a personal connection to this moon, as my moon is in Aquarius and I love the moon. So please subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't done so yet, so that you can be notified of when I'm going to go live, so you can get in there early enough to make sure you get your free live reading. You know what I just realized? I cannot see y'all's chat. Hold on. YouTube. How am I supposed to see? Okay. Technical difficulties, y'all. Let's see. Maybe if I... Wow, it doesn't want even to let me minimize. Wow. And I certainly hope you guys can hear me. Okay. All right, well, we'll go ahead and get into the reading, guys. So let's go ahead and just get started. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Scorpio for the month of February 2020. This is going to be a love reading. It's about you and someone else. It doesn't have to be romance, but it can be. Most of my readings are geared toward romance, but it can also be a platonic person. It's basically a relationship reading. We're going to dive really deep into what might be going on, the dynamics between you and another person. Okay, Scorpio? So let's see what is going on with you guys. Please note that... some predictions may come true. Most predictions will come true, but not all. Okay. So make decisions based on what's best for you in your life. Okay. Also, this is not going to resonate with everyone. Resonate meaning make sense. Like makes sense. Like the way I like to listen to readings is kind of like in the background sometimes. And I'll hear, it's a group reading, so it's for multiple people. I'll hear a word or a phrase or something, and I'll go, oh, wow. That sounds like me, and that word or that phrase will catch my attention. Then I know that I was meant to hear that message. So just wanted to throw that out there for some of y'all that might be new to tarot and group readings. And I'm going to grab my phone so I can, if you guys are chatting with me, I can see if I can hop on myself. Let's see, guys. Hang in there. I'm ready to pull cards. Just technical difficulties here. And let me see, there's just a couple of you in here, so I want to be able to. There we go. Hey, Tabitha, Jesus, it's nice to see you guys. Thanks for coming. Okay, now we got the chat open. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what is going on for my sexy Scorpios, the sexiest, right? For February 2020, what do we got going on for Valentine's Day, should you choose to celebrate it? Oh, that'll be an interesting day. That'll be an interesting day this year. All right. What is going on with Scorpio? What is the situation, please, Spirit, with Scorpio? What messages that they need to hear? We have the Chariot. Art. Interesting. So it's similar to the Temperance card. So wow, right out the bat, we've got a couple of the major arcana and Death. What? And your card. What's going on, Scorpio? Heavy. Wow. So Cancer, we've got Cancer, Sagittarius, and Scorpio. So it could be some of y'all as well that's popping in your reading. But definitely right off the bat, it seems like you guys are really wanting to go places. So this is going to be literally about a move that you might be moving in with someone, or you guys are moving it to the next level. Okay. Things are really changing. And I heard the word hustling. So I feel like some of you guys are like hustling in your life. Like maybe you guys are just getting up every day lately and just hitting the ground running, just getting things really going. Some of you are really excited about something going on in your life. Maybe something that you weren't able to balance in the past, you're able to more balance out. It's almost like maybe this relationship has gotten on a much more even keel, guys, so that it's like, but I still feel like you guys are sort of in your Scorpio, sort of like just sort of, it's weird. It's almost like I see like you guys looking down on yourself and the other person. That's kind of a weird analogy, but it's like the two of you are kind of like, you're sort of looking at the, you know what, that might be the Aquarius energy coming in. It's a detached emotional view of the relationship. Whereas before you might've been caught up in the emotions to the point where you weren't able to detach. And I think like you guys are moving in a direction where you're wanting to do things in a more, in a way that's going to be more healthy for you. You know, and so you're able to detach from not just the person and the romance and whatever drama happens to be going on, but the way you guys are actually interacting, because you guys are just not going to put yourself in a position where it's uneven anymore. Like there's two, like neither one of you are going to be carrying too much weight. Okay. If this relationship is moving into a fair place. Okay. But Scorpios, I feel like you guys are still a little bit on guard and you're still watching, you know, just like a little bit like from afar. You're kind of keeping an eye out for, you know, what might be happening here. But let's clarify your card, Scorpio. Let's clarify, why do we have Scorpio's card in the current situation, please? Could be dealing with a, let me change this to all chat. Could definitely be dealing with a Sagittarius or a Cancer, guys. Let's see what we got here. Why do we have the Death card for the current situation? Justice, exactly like what I said. You know, you're just like, I feel like you guys just like, everyone's sort of in this Capricornian energy right now where it's just like, it's not so much, you're fed up. You're not having, you know, you might be short with people, but you're not direct. It's not like a hateful feeling. It's just sort of like, I'm not going to allow this shit in my life anymore because it's simply not fair. Boom. It's that simple. Boom. It's that simple. So bye. Why are we complicating things? Why are we making things more than they should be? Honestly, like, you know, you guys are tired of maybe some of you were caught in overthinking it. You know, some of y'all just realized it's not fair. It's not fair. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to keep an eye on this relationship. I don't really feel like a spying energy, but definitely somewhat. It's protective. You guys are protecting yourself. Could be dealing with a Libra as well. All right. How does Scorpio's partner feel about Scorpio? Let's see what we get. Oh, let's see. Oh, the 5 of Cups in reverse. I just heard like, okay, it's not so easy anymore. So it's like your partner maybe just be kind of bummed out because it's not as easy to get what they want from you anymore. What else? What more information do I have for Scorpio, please? And we have the 4 of Wands, beautiful card, the Sun card. Yay! I am so ready for some warmth in my life. And the Ace of Swords in reverse. Let me take a look at this all together. Some of them feel like they have to some of them need to shut up. They need to shut up. They just talk too much. I don't know why I heard that. But it's almost like they figured it out that with you, they talk too much, okay? And they're beginning to see the value in the relationship. They're beginning to see how the warmth and the love that you bring into your life, Scorpio. And I love you guys. You guys you have a certain type of love. It's extremely intense, but it is so bright. It is so encompassing and deep, right? So for me to be loved by a Scorpio, I would imagine, which I've never been in a romantic relationship with a Scorpio, by the way, but I would imagine it would be fairly intense, right? I'd probably mind my P's and Q's as well. But I do see where I feel like they're not pushing so hard for, you know, it's not so me anymore. I do see like the two of you actually coming together and attempting to make this happen. Look at this beautiful Sun card here. You know, like it's almost like, let's just make this a little bit easier on each other. But this person needs to stay out of their head. You could be dealing with a air sign here, Gemini, Libra, Scorpio. Let's see. Jesus, you're so right. Not giving him what he never intended to give me. So yeah, it is. That's exactly the energy I was getting from your partner. Was just like, man. And I hate to see this because I don't want to piss you guys off, but it's kind of like, um, what you might have freely given away. Okay. They took advantage of it. And so now they're just like, they're recognizing and they're realizing now what they had done. They're disappointed, but they might be outwardly disappointed, but inwardly like, oh, thank you for the like. I appreciate that. I appreciate the like. Helps a lot. Inwardly, they know that they want to do what's right and good. They want to be fair and honest. They want to do what's right. They do know that, right? It's just that they know they have to work a little harder for your affection now. Okay. And this is not a bad thing, but they are also, maybe some of them are feeling a little oppressed. And I don't know, when I say oppressed, I just mean like it's sort of like that. For some reason I heard shut up. So it's kind of like, I think some of them realize they just talk themselves into circles with you. Like their words are not going to really affect you anymore. Like it's time for action, baby. Like show me what you're going to show me. Okay. Show me what you got. Show me this. This is what I want to see in our relationship. Okay. So this is somebody really deciding to bring it. I feel like this person's stepping up, Scorpio. I feel like this person is stepping up. Whereas in the past, they were more a take. I feel like some of you have actually affected them. You've definitely affected them with this death card here in the very beginning of the reading. You've affected them in such a way to where like they know, like maybe you've actually discovered something about them that without you being in their life, they would never know that about themselves. It's like you've really tapped into their consciousness. So even though they might have to work a little harder for their affections in their deeper subconscious, this is what they want. This is what they want because they know it's fair. And it's so much easier. I mean, it's so much more difficult to enjoy things if it comes so easy to you, right? Right. So I do see this person kind of, they're struggling, but they are going to step up and work a little bit harder for your love and affection, Scorpio. And so I do like it. I see where they're struggling. I do. I see a little bit of a struggle. So let's go ahead and see how your energy is together at this time. Two of Wands. So yeah, there's still some decisions here. A little bit of a fence, on the fence. But at the same time, it is moving. So at least, you know what, Scorpio, I heard, at least it's not the same thing over and over again like it was before. Princess of Pentacles. So yeah, it might have, the energy between the two of you might have actually taken a slower approach, slowed down somewhat, but it is now more workable and more. And you know what? I got this in another reading recently. It's like we're taking all of this energy and all of this, everything we put into this relationship, and we're trying to figure out how to make it work in the real world. The two of you are balancing things out. You're making it real. And there's still some things that are, there's still some things that are under the surface here, guys. There's a couple of you, Scorpio, that might need to hear this. Is that I feel like some of you might have some sort of mental attachment to someone else, maybe like a past lover, or, someone else is kind of, okay, so this person sometimes hurts your heart, right? And so, there might be someone else somewhat like flirting with you. Okay. And you're keeping this under wraps. It's sort of like a little bit of a healing for you. It's sort of more like an ego boost. Don't get mad at me. It's just what I'm hearing. It's what everybody does, right? Like, you hurt my feelings. You rejected me. So I'm going to want to get attention from someone else. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I do see a little bit of that happening with you, Scorpio. And it's nothing major. I think you guys are letting it bother you too much. Don't let it bother you too much here. Then we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. So it's like, I think you guys know that you have something to build on. I'm literally building a tower with this reading. This is interesting. You literally have something to build on. You guys are working on the foundation, but you're still on the foundation. So I feel like for a lot of you, you may have met someone, there were sparks, it was exciting. You kind of gave so much of yourself into the relationship that you might have spent the last few weeks kind of pulling back, gathering your energy again, because you feel like this person was taking advantage of you. But now you're at a point in time where the two of you are actually like grounding the energy and looking at a way to make it move forward. But it is a scary place to be because you guys are actually taking a risk by dealing with this person who is a little bit complicated. They've already kind of made you chase after them a little bit. And, you know, chasing is not always what you want to do, Scorpio. Like, I don't really see you guys as chasers. So, you know, you might have just seen someone and kind of like was like, whoa, I really like you. And you guys, I kind of had a vision of like a really intense night. Like, there was a night that you guys had recently or early in your relationship where it was like you were up all night talking. You had this like super intense connection in the very beginning. That's the only way they got you anyway, Scorpio. That's how they hooked you. And I mean, it's not hooked. I don't really mean it that way. I mean, that's what got your attention and got you like zeroed in on this person really quickly. And so now I do see the normal and natural progression of the relationship moving in the way that it needs to go. But I think you guys are scared. I think the both of you are scared. I think both of you are afraid that, you know, is this the one? Is this the one? And yet at the same time, is it the one? But at the same time, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get hurt again. But you do bring warmth and love into their heart. You do bring, this person really does see you as something stable and real and something that you can commit, they can commit to. So it's, let me go ahead and clarify the 10 of Cups in reverse, please. Whoa, okay. It's too many. Let's try again. Make sure you guys can see me shuffling. This is not pre-planned, okay? I had a tarot reader one time. She was like, they're not reading tarot if you can't see them shuffling. I'm like, really? Who would do that? Who would do that? Absolutely, yeah. So I already had it on I already nailed it earlier, but yeah, the 10 of Cups in reverse is due to, look at this guy. He's been through some shit in love and he's actually injured still. He's actually hurting. There's still leftover. It's almost like, and this person also kind of like feels alone in that, oh, you guys, this is something that maybe you both feel, but it's almost like, yeah, you guys kind of both feel as if you have, you've been hurt and you're afraid to move forward, but that's good because you guys already have that common ground. That's already why the whole thing started up to begin with, was because of that intensity of the beginning of the relationship. All right. So now you guys have the common ground of both being sort of wounded in love. And so you are going to be afraid. There is going to be fear. That's normal. There's a lot of fear though here. And I feel like you guys are a little, okay. It's almost like, I feel like they should be more concerned about what's right than you being concerned about whether or not you're doing what's right. Because I do feel like some of you might have this flirtatious thing going on outside of the relationship, but it's harmless. And I don't really feel like it's, like, I feel like you guys might be making a bigger deal out of it than it really is, okay? So again, some of these messages are only going to be for one or two people. This is not going to be for the whole group. So, you know, relax on yourself. It's really not that big of a deal. Where this person needs to be a little bit more like, okay, what is right? What is wrong? How should I act? You know, they're actually thinking before they act. But they're thinking about what might be about your best interests. And I heard best interests. So in my mind, that actually means like, that's real love. So it's a very brand new flowering, it's kind of a cheesy word, right? Love, but it's real. Like, I feel like it's, you guys have a very, very deep connection. This relationship is definitely going places. Things have calmed down between the two of you. So now you can actually figure out how to make it work, okay? In the 3D, in the real world, okay? So, you know, are we going to talk to each other daily? You know, can I ask this person to, you know, dog sit my dog or whatever while I go on a business trip? It's just so, you know, it's just sort of like the day-to-day stuff is what you guys are dealing with right now. And I do think, Scorpio, that you guys are doing a really great job of enlightening this person. You're enlightening them. So they understand that they may not, when they first met you, they may not have actually looked at you or entered the relationship in a pure from a pure space and a place of love. But I feel like they're beginning to realize that is what they want, and that is what they want from you. Okay, so let's look at the most likely outcome. Spirit, what is the most likely outcome for Scorpio and their loved ones in the month of February? What is the most likely outcome? Hey guys, hi, H. Chalky. You're a Scorpio, so lucky. I agree. You are lucky. Love my Scorpios. All right. What do we have? What is the future bringing? What we have, you guys, the Four of, what is this, the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles. The Six of Swords in reverse, So I think it is going to take a little while to really, even though right now there's movement between the two of you, it's going to take a minute for y'all to figure out. You need to figure out some of these little glitches that you have between the two of you. And, you know, in Scorpio, they're saying don't make a big deal out of little things. And the Seven of Swords in reverse. And the Seven of Wands in reverse. Wow. Well, this is going to get to be a bigger challenge than you thought, guys, because it looks like the most likely outcome is going to be some, you know, you guys are kind of right. You know, you're right to sort of like, you know, sort of watch the relationship from afar. You're definitely right to do that because there's still a lot going on with this person. Don't put boundaries on the relationship, or don't put like limits on the relationship thinking like, oh, you know, if we don't become exclusive by this date, then I'm going to leave him. If we don't this, that, or the other, okay, for some reason I'm getting information that please do not put timelines or dates or anything on this, because I don't feel like that's the right way to go. You're going to feel like you fail if you do that. If you put like a time limit on this, this really needs to flow naturally. But I am seeing here where I do feel like the two of you will create a safe space for each other. However, because this person you're dealing with is, you're a little further along, I believe, like in your spiritual growth here, Scorpio. So I feel like the person that you're dealing with is just barely scratching the surface. So the warning here with the most likely outcome is that there could be some waste of your energy, okay, because you are acting from the heart and acting from a deeper place than they are. Many of you could be dealing with a air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra, but you know, it's definitely, you're creating a safe space for the two of you, but I don't want this person to hold you back. I feel like they could hold you back in some way. So stay independent of the relationship. Stay out here watching it, okay? As weird as that sounds, it's almost like, it almost sounds like a Gemini thing, like you're split up and watch. Watch the relationship from a completely emotionally detached way. Look at it the way you would look at a relationship from the outside, totally from the outside, without judgment, you guys, without judgment, okay? And then approach it that way. Because I am seeing in the future a feeling of failure. And I don't, you know, the future can be changed at any time. So, you know, your most likely outcome cards are very often the advice. Okay, because I don't really want to see this relationship going in this direction. Okay, so the advice coming here is just like, you know, stay up, keep that little bit of yourself a little bit detached. So much about your ego, because you know you're still kind of reeling from something from that was previous. You're not going to fail because this is a connection. It's not about winning or losing. There's no for some reason, for some of you, I feel like there's like, you feel like you have to get to a certain point with this person. Like, it's like you're trying to reach a goal. But, you know, this type of connection that I'm seeing, it doesn't actually like work that way. It isn't like, oh, okay, now that, you know, this person, it says, well, you know, we've gone public and, oh, in a relationship, all of a sudden now that's what I've worked for. That's what I wanted. I think if you push anything, Scorpio, it's going to fail. So move along it naturally. Continue to protect yourself, okay? And let's see what happens, because I do feel like there's seriously a good connection between the two of you. It's just a matter of balancing fear and love. It's a very interesting balance we have going on with the two of you. Fear and love. Think about the Chariot card. It's the friction. It's the friction that causes it. And another thing about the Chariot card that I recently thought about and discovered was the fact that he doesn't have any reins. Okay. So you jump on this Chariot with somebody, you aren't in control, Scorpio. You're not in control. And I know you guys aren't really controlling. So I'm not really like that worried about it. But what I'm saying is, you know, you can get on this Chariot and just let loose, because the relationship's going to go where it's going to go. But hold back a little bit of yourself, hold back a little bit of something is the advice. Okay. Also, don't set yourself up for failure. Don't set yourself, just because things might have failed in the past doesn't mean they've failed now. Everything is a cycle. Everything is a wheel. So like, if your last relationship has come to a full stop, you've met this person, you're completely drawn to them intimately. I feel like it was one night you guys had a conversation, it was mind blowing, boom. And then from there, it's just like, okay, wait, how do we make this work? Wait, what? How do we make this work in the real world? How do we do this? You know, and that's what this whole reading is about, is establishing that. So for those of you that this resonated with, this is going to be a newer relationship, or at least the renewal of an older relationship with something that maybe you have known a long time ago. I do see a lot of air, more air than anything. So that lets me know there's a lot of overthinking maybe going on with you. So don't overthink, but remain detached. Okay. Kind of grasp that Aquarian energy. Definitely pay attention to the Aquarius new moon. Set your intention with this relationship on Friday, you know, and then let it go. Let it go out of your mind. Don't overthink. Don't overthink. That's not a thing for you, Scorpio, to overthink. So I think this might be, you know, this person is jolting up your energy a little bit and keeping you in your head more than normal. Wow, guys. Okay, so let's see. What do we have? Let's see. For all of you in the chat, please drop a like if you did like the video. It helps so much. H. Chowkey says, I'm a Scorpio with a Libra, and we are currently working on rebuilding a Libra. Saw Libra. Lots of air here. On rebuilding our relationship that broke 6 months ago, so far going well. Patience has helped. Fantastic. I love to hear that. It does feel like it needs to move carefully and slowly. There's no timeline on this, guys. All right. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off, and I'll be doing Sagittarius here in about 15 minutes. If you guys want to hop in the chat for my next reading, I would appreciate it. Love you guys. Be sure to subscribe. Like the video is super helpful, and tune in on Friday for my new moon live reading. So I don't have a time yet. So be sure to hit the bell so you'll get a notification of the time, because the time is important. The earlier you get in, the more likely it is you're going to get a free live personal reading specifically for you. Okay. Not just this group reading. And also I have a new Facebook page. So let's get social. Join me on Facebook. Just Google Moonlit Taroscope, and I will actually post earlier than on YouTube about upcoming readings. So that gets you a little bit of an extra heads up. It's coming. Get your free reading. All right. I am taking personal readings. If this resonated with you, please go ahead and email me at moonlittaroscope@gmail.com, and I'll take it from there. All right. Lots of love. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.